Well, we know your industry was really hit hard by the pandemic. I want to talk a little bit about the pressures that you faced and some of the things that you learned during this time.
Um, yeah, I think, first of all, I'd like to say that that's not a past tense. It is definitely ongoing, and nowhere is there an end in sight. In fact, we just had today three cancellation of private parties for December because of the new COVID strain. So this has been something that we've lived with and struggled through for the last 20 months. Um, I mean, it's almost become like living with a we're literally living with a disease. And aside from the literal sense that, we all as individuals, fear this virus or are afraid for our healths, or the healths of our family, it's a daily reality that I think people who own a restaurant are living with, that we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long this is going to go on. And aside from just the emergency quote unquote part of it from March until whenever, depending on where you were in this country of last year, all of those pivots that we did, we tried takeout even though we were not a takeout restaurant. We did meal kits for 4 months. We tried all of these different ways of operating that were safer, that would allow us to keep some of our staff and then grow judiciously and not um, pretend like everything was okay when it wasn't, to predict what might come in 3 months. Um, but it also obviously has affected the supply chain. So everything from, vinyl or latex gloves, which every restaurant has to use by the case full. The price of that is still double than what it was before the pandemic, and it's been tripled before. Fryer oil, people who rely on commodity products, which we don't as much in our restaurant because we source so much locally. But meat is expensive. Everything is so much more expensive, and there are no. The labor shortage has always been a plague for our restaurant industry, but it's out of control now. I mean, it's just really difficult. There's no security, and we're used to living with that level of no safety net as business owners, as small business owners. But now it really feels like a train is coming right behind you and you better outrun it all the time. So we're, I think, kind of getting used to living with this high level of anxiety, which uh, I'm not sure how much emotional and psychological reserves people like us have left to continue living with this all the time.